The Ganges or the River Ganga. The Ganges, pronounced Ganga in most Indian languages, is one of the major rivers of the Indian subcontinent, flowing east through the Gangetic plain of northern India into Bangladesh. The 2,510-kilometer river rises in the western Himalayas in the Uttarakhand state of India and drains into the Sundarbans Delta in the Bay of Bengal. It has long been considered a holy river by Hindus and worshipped as the goddess Ganga in Hinduism. It has also been important historically. Many former provincial or imperial capitals such as Patliputra, Kannauj, Kara, Allahabad, Murshidabad and Calcutta have been located on its banks. The Ganges basin drains 10 lakh square kilometer and supports one of the world's highest density of humans. The average depth of the river is 52 feet and the maximum depth 100 feet. Although many small streams comprise the headwaters of the Ganges, the 6 longest head streams and their 5 confluences are given both cultural and geographical emphasis. The Alaknanda River meets the Dhauli Ganga River at Vishnuprayag, the Nandakini River at Nandprayag, the Pindar River at Karnaprayag, the Mandakini at Rudraprayag, and finally the Bhagirathi River at Devprayag to form the main stem, the Ganges. The Bhagirathi is the source stream. It rises at the foot of Gangotri Glacier at Gaumukh at an elevation of nearly 3,000 feet. The headwaters of the Alaknanda are formed by snowmelt from such peaks as Nanda Devi, Trishul and Kamet. After flowing 200 kilometers through its narrow Himalayan valley, the Ganges descends on the Gangetic plain at the pilgrimage town of Haridwar. There, a dam diverts some of its waters into the Ganges Canal, which irrigates the Doab region of Uttar Pradesh. The Ganges, whose course has been roughly southwestern until this point, now begins the flow southeast through the plains of northern India. Further, the river follows an 800-kilometer curving course, passing through the city of Kanpur before being joined from the southwest by the Yamuna at Allahabad. This point is known as the Sangam at Allahabad. Sangam is a sacred place in Hinduism. According to ancient Hindu texts, at one time a third river, the Saraswati, met the other 2 rivers at this point. Joined by numerous rivers such as Koshi, Son, Gandaki and Ghagra, the Ganges forms a formidable current in the stretch between Allahabad and Malda in West Bengal. On its way, it passes the towns of Kanpur, Soran, Kannauj, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, Ghazipur, Bhagalpur, Mirzapur, Balia, Buxar, Saidpur and Chunar. At Bhagalpur, the river meanders through the Rajmahal hills and begins to run south. At Pakur, the river begins its attrition with the branching away of its first distributary, the Bhagirathi Hooghly, which goes on to form the Hooghly River. Near the border with Bangladesh, the Farakka barrage, built in 1974, controls the flow of the Ganges, diverting some of the water into a feeder canal linking the Hooghly to keep it relatively silt-free. Now let us see the Ganges river system, its tributaries and its associated features. After entering Bangladesh, the main branch of Ganges is known as the Padma River until it is joined by the Jamuna River, the largest distributary of the Brahmaputra. Further downstream, the Ganges is fed by the Meghna River, the second largest tributary of Brahmaputra, and takes on the Meghna's name as it enters the Meghna estuary. Fanning out into the 350-kilometer wide Ganges Delta, it finally empties into the Bay of Bengal. Only 2 rivers, the Amazon and the Congo, have greater discharge than the combined flow of the Ganges, the Brahmaputra and the Surma Meghna. There are 2 major dams on the Ganges, one at Haridwar diverts much of the Himalayan snowmelt into the upper Ganges Canal. This caused severe deterioration to the water flow in the Ganges and is a major cause for the decay of Ganges as an inland waterway. The other dam is a serious hydroelectric affair at Farakka, close to the point where the main flow of the river enters Bangladesh, and the tributary Hooghly, also known as Bhagirathi, continues in West Bengal past Kolkata. This barrage feeds the Hooghly branch of the river by a 26-mile-long feeder canal. Its water flow management has been a long, lingering source of dispute with Bangladesh. A branch of Hooghly, the Damodar, flows south and enters the Bay of Bengal at the growing port of Haldia. It has the large hydroelectric dam called the Damodar Valley Project, built on the lines of the Tennessee Valley Authority. There is also a controversial dam at Tehri on the Bhagirathi, one of the main source rivers of Ganges. Another dam is proposed to be built on the upper reaches of a tributary of the Ganges, Mahakali. This Indo-Nepal project, the Pancheshwar Dam, proposes to be the highest dam in the world and will be built with US collaboration. The upper and lower Ganga Canal, which is actually the backbone of a network of canals, runs from Haridwar to Allahabad, but maintenance has not been very good. Tehri Dam is also constructed on Bhagirathi River, tributary of Ganga. Main purpose was to supply water to New Delhi. The Ganges basin with its fertile soil is instrumental to the agricultural economies of India and Bangladesh. The Ganges and its tributaries provide a perennial source of irrigation to a large area. Chief crops cultivated in the area include rice, sugarcane, lentils, oilseeds, potatoes and wheat. Along the banks of the river, the presence of swamps and lakes provide a rich growing area for crops such as legumes, chilies, mustard, sesame, sugarcane and jute. There are also many fishing opportunities to many along the river, though it remains highly polluted. Tourism is another related activity. 3 towns, Haridwar, Allahabad and Varanasi, attract lakhs of pilgrimage to its waters. Lakhs of Hindu pilgrims arrive at these 3 towns to take a dip in the Ganges, which is believed to cleanse oneself of sins and help attain salvation. The rapids of the Ganges are also popular for river rafting, attracting hundreds of adventure seekers in the summer months.